Hello, future people, and welcome to Great Uncle John's weekly video log. This is week 31, August the 5th, 2018. It's the civic holiday long weekend in Ontario. I think each municipality has a different name for it. Here in Ottawa, it's Colonel By Day. It's also a day before my ex-wife's birthday and the bombing of either Hiroshima or Nagasaki. I forget which one. We just returned from a lovely couple of days at a friend's cottage out in the country near Kingston on a lake, relaxing and drinking tequila and canoeing and talking and playing Scrabble. Very Canadian weekend, lots of fun. It was very hot the last few days, and today, after the big dumps of rain last week, we're back to hot and humid weather. The water levels when we were canoeing seem quite low, so I think we're down on rain this year, or up on heat, one or the other. But we definitely have some drought-like conditions this year. I honestly haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to the news over the last week. I read that in Ontario, Doug Ford is going to limit the cost of living increase to the Ontario disability pension to 1.5%, and instead of the 3% proposed by the previous government to keep pace with inflation. As we remember from previous Conservative governments, they always target the most vulnerable and those without a voice, like people with developmental disabilities first, so I guess it's no different this time around with Doug Ford. Down south, the trial of Paul Manafort has started, and it seems like the feds have a pretty rock-solid case against him. They'll probably call Rick Gates to the stand over the next week, and that will put the nails in the coffin for Manafort. So now it's a question of when's he going to flip? Why won't he flip? Will there be a pardon? The best theory I've heard about him not flipping is he's in so deep with the Russians that they would kill him if he said anything. And if Trump pardons him, he gives up the right to plead the Fifth Amendment, I guess. Manafort does, against self-incrimination. So he may have to be called to the stand under subpoena and spill the beans anyway. And he's also facing state charges. So Manafort, our president, can't pardon him for those state charges. So in the end, Manafort is kind of screwed. So is Trump. And the safest place for him might be in prison. Trump is tweeting like a panicked guilty guy and further digging his destruction hole. It's all going to come down to the integrity of the U.S. election system at this point, as it looks like the Republicans are going to get spanked, but perhaps Vlad still has some tricks up his sleeve. We'll see. There was an incredible display last week where all of Trump's top security officials delivered the same message, that Russia was behind the election meddling, and they are still currently at it. Meanwhile, Trump was out on the campaign trail doing rallies and saying it's all a fake Russian hoax. It's almost like his own officials are sort of sidelining him as the crazy uncle and getting on with the business of running the country. At his rally, this new last couple of rallies, this new internet phenomenon called QAnon has popped up. And according to Wiki, QAnon adherents believe that Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, George Soros, and other high-level officials are planning a coup while simultaneously involved as members of an international child sex trafficking ring. And according to this idea, the Mueller investigation is actually a counter-coup led by Donald Trump, who pretended to collude with Russia in order to hire Robert Mueller to secretly investigate the Democrats. Other beliefs are that the Rothschild family are the leaders of a satanic cult, and that certain Hollywood stars are pedophiles. And by interpreting the information fed to them by QAnon adherents, come to this conclusion. So it's another layer of silliness and muddying the waters and drawing in stupid and crazy people as allies. Anyway, I'm going to go shower and get something to eat and go to bed early. Thanks for watching, and I will hopefully be back next week with number 32. Take care.